Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. Today I'm doing something quite different. I've actually opened up a stream on Zoom and I'm recording this video through Zoom. Just thought I'll try it out, with the different backgrounds and all. Now, what are we doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Black Panther update that Marvel's Avengers has received. And with this, we get our very own T'Challa in the flesh, and you can play with the Black Panther as a main character. And it follows the storyline, which is called War for Wakanda. So Wakanda forever. Now, a quick fun fact, the voice actor for T'Challa, or the Black Panther in this case, is Douglas Christopher Judge, same voice actor for God of War. You remember that famous word, boy, from the God of War? Well, it's the same actor, but he sounds so different when it comes to this game, and we're going to find that out in just a bit. Now, the interface has changed a little bit, and for those of us who have actually come from the original Avengers game, we'll find a few things have changed this time around. It may mean a good thing for a few, it may mean a bad thing for a few. So we're going to take a look at how that's impacted you navigating the user interface. So let's get into this game and find out all about what War for Wakanda has to offer. I'm quickly, showing you some of the things that you get in the marketplace. Marvel's Avengers, it keeps pushing you to buy some credits so that you can spend it in the game, buy costumes and all that stuff. So, just having a quick show of, what's in there. But coming back to the game, we are quickly going to try the campaign, the single player campaign, which is the story mode for War for Wakanda. And if I just scroll through, what are the options available? I've already, played the other parts like part 1, 2, and 3. And this is part 4. Again, the name is War for Wakanda. So let's get started with this. Nice Marvel logo coming up. And there's going to be a cutscene that this starts with. And as you can see, the load times are as good as non-existent. I mean, it's not there. So that is a really good thing about the Series S. And I really appreciate that when it comes to, playing any games, diving right into it as soon as you press the button. Some games, the load times are as low as 9 to 10 seconds. And you don't really feel it. Coming from the original Xbox or even PS4 Pro, the PS4 Pro has a huge load time. And if you have played the Marvel's Avengers in the original Xbox, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. The load times are insane. It's very high, or long rather, or long is the right word. So the game opens up with a nice cutscene where we get this character, Zawavari. I don't mean to kill the name. Really bad at this, but it gives a nice introduction to this world of Wakanda, where it speaks about the god that they worship, Bast. And yeah, it has a lot of other stuff going for it as well, like how it connects to the Avengers main storyline as well. So they made a good connection there. And now we're gonna get into why Black Panther needs to fight, the bad guys, and how the bad guys, Ulysses Claw in this case, has affected the Wakandan territory, you could say. And this is where a hero has to step in and, as always, save the state. So there you go. Black Panther, War for Wakanda. And this is an in-game cutscene. So again, we're still in the cutscene area, and we've still not gotten into the game, but we will get into it very soon. And yeah, the graphics, it looks incredible. Everything looks sharp. And this is running at an upscaled 4K because I'm currently running this in performance mode, and sorry, in the resolution mode, not the performance mode. So this is running at an upscaled 4K 30 frames per second. It's not running at 60 FPS. The recording, however, is getting recorded on the Xbox Series S, and I believe it's getting recorded at 1080p SDR, not HDR, and at 60 FPS. So when you play this game on a television, and especially if your television is a 4K television, the graphics look really sharp, you know, everything, from the character to the background, the vegetation, the foliage, everything is fantastic. It's sharp. And if you're playing it on a good TV, then you will benefit from having some sort of a motion smoothness effect on your TV. If your TV does support, you know, judder reduction, then yeah, even 30 FPS content actually looks like 60 FPS. I say this in all my videos, and that's why I emphasize on having a good 4K TV. And I always make it a point that I speak about the Samsung AU9070 because I absolutely love this television. And while I'm playing this on my TV, I'm really enjoying this. So if you're playing this on a monitor, a 4K monitor, then it's going to be 4K 30 FPS for you. Even for me on the TV, it's 4K 30 FPS, but it seems like 4K 60. So now we finally get into the game, and the level is very different to the other levels that we have seen in Avengers, because it's generally been, you know, mountains, cliffs, and rocky areas, or snow covered you know, mountains, etc., or the city even. But here we've got this you could say lush jungle, the Wakandan jungle, and it's a nice change because it looks quite different to what we've been used to so far in the Avengers game, in the previous 3 storylines. So this looks good, and again, this is running at a smooth 30 FPS, no frame drops whatsoever, and the Series S is quite a great performer when it comes to this particular game, and I'm really, you know, I've really enjoyed this game. I'm not playing it live this time around, and the reason why I'm not playing live this time around is because of an issue that I'm currently facing with my Xbox Series S. Not particularly my Xbox Series S, is basically a problem with Xbox. They are having a service outage, and it's been going around for 2 days. So the reason why I'm not playing this live on this video, and why I'm simply, you know, reacting to this, is because of the fact that even if I do progress in the story, or even when I did progress and played, you know, somewhere around close to 30 minutes of this game, it did not save my game. And a lot of digital games and a lot of online gameplay has actually been affected due to this Xbox Series outage. I think it varies from region to region. I'm currently in India, so it definitely affects me. And we've been waiting for a solution, or this outage or this limitation to be fixed. It's already 3 days now that we're into it, and we've still not got a fix for it. So that's quite incredible. I mean, 3 days is a long time in today's modern technology world, and a company like Microsoft really can't justify, you know, having a 3-day service limitation or a service outage. So this is really poor or bad. But coming back to the game, all right, I might, you know, make a separate video on this service issue that we are having with Microsoft, and I can put up, you know, the information that was listed on the website as well. Now coming back to the gameplay, the character itself, Wakanda, T'Challa, what am I saying? So T'Challa, or the Black Panther, he plays a little bit like Captain America. So the melee moves are, you know, pretty up close, because of the fact that he does not exactly have a weapon. So unlike Cap, where he could actually throw the shield around, this time around, you know, you have to have like this hand-to-hand combat, and you have to fight from up close. It's not fighting from a distance. So for instance, with Hawkeye, you could shoot arrows. With Iron Man, you know, you could shoot from a distance. But when it comes to Black Panther, it's a little different. You have to play up close, and you have to be in the heat of the, you could say, the action, and take the enemies down from up close. So there are similarities with Captain America, but just a little. But hey, I mean, as far as the gameplay goes, as you can see, everything is smooth. If I pan around, if I move quite fast, or if I slow down and just keep panning the camera around, it's really snappy. So let's go from this section over to the next area where the marker takes me. And again, the lush jungle, the Wakandan jungle, looks great. It's amazing, you know, how Christopher Judd's voice sounds so different when it comes to T'Challa. So used to Kratos So whenever you talk about Christopher Judge, just one thing comes in your mind. That's Kratos from God of War. But in this case, same voice actor, but you could see a different flavor this time around. His tone is very different. So the gameplay, as you can see, is fast, snappy, and the action looks great. The camera, you could say, angles, etc., zooming in on the character when you pull when you pull that final move, it's all good. It's really good. So, and I'm gonna talk about some of the moves that Black Panther has as well, just in a short bit. And I'm gonna pull that up on the screen so that you can also take a look at it. But hey, as you can see, you have to move around quite a lot with this character because you're fighting up close. So that leaves you vulnerable to a lot of attacks. So if you've been used to shooting arrows or throwing the shield, from the previous storylines, then I think you will find it a little difficult. Now, here's the thing that I was not really happy with. Some people might be happy with this. I personally was not. They have actually changed the interface quite a lot. So what this means is, for people who are coming from the previous games, if you are so used to the previous user interface, you are not going to like it because it's going to take getting used to. I was quite used to the previous setup, and it was the case for all three storylines. So for War for Wakanda, with them changing the interface, I'm not really liking it as much as the other games. In fact, I think the user interface was intuitive when it comes to the previous games, but in this one, it's a little confusing. So in terms of the user interface, it's not really great. I just wish they had not changed this. They should have just kept the same user interface. I don't know why they wanted to, but hey, if you change it when it's good, you appreciate it. But when it's not good, you don't appreciate it. And that's exactly what has happened in this case. Here are the different moves that Black Panther has, like the first one, juggling royal duties, then the muscle of Wakanda. Then you've got honor as strength. So you've got various move sets. And again, if you see how this game, pushes you to buy some in-game credits so that you can buy these other moves. Now, there were some objectives. There's this marketplace again, a push to buy credits so that you can spend in-game. A lot of people don't appreciate it because, hey, you've already paid for this game. So I don't exactly appreciate that model. Well, if it's not as expensive, then okay, you can understand it. It's something that you can pass by. But if it's expensive, then you don't really appreciate it. The different moves, that you can give Black Panther. Again, I keep saying Wakanda. Why am I saying Wakanda? All right, so the different moveset, there are light attacks, heavy attacks, ranged attacks, and intrinsic attacks. Just like your previous characters, you can upgrade your skills. And as you can see, various movesets are available. So whenever you play further into the game, you will get these skill points that you can spend. Right now, I've just got one, so I updated it with one of these skill sets. And speaking of outfits, again, it wants you to spend money to buy, but it gives you one free outfit. This is the classic outfit, I believe. Looks a bit bulkier, so I'm happy with this outfit, which comes by default in the game. And again, moving around in the jungle, it does look nice, you could say. I'm taking a look at it on my screen. Yes. And yeah, it's a different, you could say, level, and you appreciate that. You could say the levels look quite nice. They look full and rich, full of life. The plants, the trees, the foliage, everything moves. And if you see the finer details or the effects like smoke, fire, etc., all of that is really good. The particle effects are great. As you can see, when you fight with T'Challa or the Black Panther, there are a lot of particle effects that are taking place on the screen, but that does not slow the game down. It has zero impact on your frame rate. So your frames do not drop. You get you could say a solid 30 FPS in upscaled 4K resolution. Here is one of those special moves, where you've got the Black Panther literally being released, and it attacks the enemies all around. So in terms of the gameplay, I would say it's quite entertaining. And with the other characters, it was slightly easier because of ranged attacks like the arrow or the shield, etc. So you could fight from a distance. But when it comes to Wakanda, oh God, Wakanda again. When it comes to Black Panther, uh, please don't, say anything in the comments. I've just been referring to Black Panther as Wakanda. Something's wrong in this video. Maybe it's a Zoom thing, because I'm doing this on Zoom for the first time. Hey, by the way, speaking of that, let me know if this recording quality was good enough. If you can comment on it, feel free to comment in the comment section as to what you feel of, the recording quality. I'm not recording using my standard DJI camera, my recording that is. The game capture is of course from the Series S, but as you can see in the background, this is actually a Zoom recording. So I've captured the Zoom session, and I'm just gonna place this in the video with my commentary. So you can comment and let me know, what you think of it, because this is quite easy for me to take the recording out from the Xbox, pull it up on my computer screen, speak on top of it, and make a video just reacting to the gameplay. So, all right, coming back to the game, the particle effects are fantastic. The fire, the sparks that are flying on screen, as you can see, it's all fantastic. It's great. So in terms of the resolution, in terms of how this is designed as a game, it's beautiful. And the Avengers, is a pretty game. Even the previous 3 storylines, they had some very well designed levels, you could say. And there's a lot of variety that you see on screen, a lot of colors, and I appreciate that. So it's not really a dull game. They're bright colors, and here, you have a lot of grays, a lot of greens, and bits of, you could say bronze, etc. And even if you look at the character, Black Panther has been designed well. But he's a little bulky, you could say, So this is a bulky Black Panther, not exactly a lean Black Panther. But hey, in terms of his moves, he's really fast. Now, one of the things that I struggled with was when it comes to these loot boxes, right? As soon as you press that X, he bursts into this action move. So sometimes it's difficult to, just press that X and hold it. If you're playing it, you would know what is it that I'm exactly saying out here. And let me know your experience as well if you face the same challenge. That is, when you're near loot boxes, when you press X and try to hold it, it actually immediately gets into this punching move. So it's kind of not so great, and it distracts you quite a lot. Then you have to again go back near the loot box and hold the X button and try to open up the loot box. But as you can see, the movement, although our Black Panther is a little bulky, and it does not affect the movement of Black Panther in any way possible. And he's quite fast when it comes to the movement. And as you can see, the level of detail that is there on screen, everything looks sharp. The draw distance is great. This is what I meant by, pressing the X. I have to come back and then press and hold X again. I have personally, faced a little bit of a problem here, but let me know if you have had the same problem or if you have felt the same. So you can actually, move over flat surfaces, just like you did with the other characters, like even with Captain America and all, and the other Avengers previously in the previous 3 games. But it's got this familiar vibe to it, so you will feel right at home if you have played the previous 3 storylines. In terms of the gameplay, there is no learning curve. You will be able to pick it up right off the bat, and you'll be able to play with the character, no problems whatsoever. I did struggle with the user interface though, and that's why I mentioned it at the start of the video as well. So well, you do have the option of throwing knives like that, but it doesn't feel as satisfactory as shooting an arrow or throwing that shield. Captain America, I think, is a great character in this. I really enjoyed playing with Captain America. In fact, that's exactly why I use the character in most of my missions. So once you have actually used Cap, you would appreciate, how he moves around and how you can actually use the shield. So I enjoyed Captain America quite a lot. Can't say the same for Black Panther so far. Because of the range attack, it doesn't have that satisfactory feeling, because hey, it's just a small knife. Well, you do have a sort of a spear, but that's a special move, and there are limitations when it comes to the special move. So yes, the spear does feel satisfactory, but you have to have your meter fill up again, and only then you will be able to use that spear again. It's like more like a javelin. So as you can see, now we have this variety here. So we have entered a cave, and the grays and the greens and the bronze, there's a color shift now. So now you've got these rocks again. There's a lot of the lighting, golden lighting, etc. And it looks good. It definitely looks good. And what the Avengers game overall, even in the previous 3 games, have been able to do is give you that variety. So you will not get bored of the level design. The level designs are quite nice, and I appreciate that. They have been designed well. In fact, even the characters, from Thor to Hawkeye, to female Hawkeye, to Captain America, I think the character design is very good because they are bright. The colors are well used. And overall, I believe the character design is good. A lot of people might not like the bulky Black Panther in this case, but I think, the character design is good. Even in terms of Black Panther, I think they've designed Black Panther quite well. And the reason, why we are used to a slim Black Panther is because of Chadwick Boseman. God bless his soul. And such a great actor. He really put life into this character. So I think, you have that expectation, when you're entering this game as well. And when it comes to Black Panther, it's Chadwick Boseman. Just like when you talk about Thor, it's Chris Hemsworth. It's like he was made to play Thor. I think Chadwick Boseman, he was made to play Black Panther. And that's why you kind of miss him. And you're used to that slim Black Panther. In this case, a little bulky. Over a period of time, you'll get used to it. And I played this game for 30 minutes. It was a total bummer that we had the outage, that service outage of Xbox when I was playing this game. So what that resulted in was the 30 minutes of gameplay that I had, it did not save the game. It was all lost. So my 30 minutes was lost. And now when I play this game, I have to go through all these things again. And if you're a gamer, you would find that really frustrating to lose all your saved games or all, the effort that you spent. And, going over the enemies, the stage itself, the puzzles, the platforming, just knowing that you have to do it all over again, it's just so frustrating. So that happened. And that's why, I'm not recording this video while I'm playing this game. I'm kind of reacting to it. That's one of the reasons as to why. We still have the service outage, by the way. And it's been 3 days now. My goodness, Microsoft. It's been 3 days. And I still do not have full access to the games on the Xbox Series S. It's got nothing to do with my Xbox Series S because I checked, the same issue persists on my original Xbox One as well. So it's an issue that is happening on the Xbox. And again, it varies from region to region. It's definitely happening in India. And I felt the impact of it. And it's not good. I mean, you've got to do something about it. 3 days is a long time in the gaming world, especially with the weekend around. It's Saturday today. I'm recording this video on Saturday. I've said this in my previous videos as well. Generally, I try to record all my videos on the weekend. And I'm sitting here on a Saturday and I can't play most of the games. I can't play War for Wakanda because it's not gonna save my progress. So I can't play this. There are other games, which have online elements as well. I can't play those games. So a lot of online gaming has actually been affected because of this service outage. And that's a huge bummer for me. I just hope and pray that Xbox fixes this sooner than later. But yeah, coming back to this game. So in terms of the variety of what you see on screen, really appreciated. Everything is designed well. So far, Wakanda was good, from the jungles to this cave. You see, doors opening up, etc., and all that. And what this game also has is some platforming puzzle elements as well. So there are puzzle elements in here, which is different to your previous 3 games, because I don't exactly remember solving any puzzles. Not like this. So that is a little different, and I look forward to more of this. In fact, I love or enjoy puzzles in a game. I have always enjoyed Tomb Raider for that. So all the Tomb Raider games that I've played, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, the puzzle elements is something that I personally appreciate. So it was a good thing, although that gameplay has not been captured here. But I did play this again, and I did kind of enjoy the platforming puzzle bit. But as you can see, this is where I got stuck, and this is where the service outage happened. So as I was playing this game, the service outage took place, and I was just stuck in this section. I could not progress any further, and that was weird. And these spiders as well, they just got stuck. They would, if further down, you would see that they are stuck in the ground as well. So that was a huge bummer for me, and I just thought I would let all of you guys know that overall the game's not bad, but because of the service outage that Xbox overall has had, it has ruined my experience of this game, although the game has nothing to do with it. But Xbox, because of the service outage, it left a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to the game, and the very fact that I have to go back and play all of this again, it is very frustrating, guys. So coming back to the gameplay is fantastic, although I enjoyed Captain America more than Black Panther, to be honest. And I guess each one of us will have his or her favorites. Some people might like Thor, some people might like Iron Man. I personally enjoyed Captain America. Black Panther is a little close to the way Captain America behaves when it comes to fighting. So gameplay is good. Resolution, a solid 4K at 30 FPS, so no frame drops there. And overall, I would say the level design, the character design is excellent. And whatever I could play, I enjoyed. If it was not for this service outage, I would say I would have really enjoyed this game. And yeah, so this is Marvel's Avengers, the War for Wakanda update. What do you think of it, guys? Do let me know, what you thought about this video. Too bad I got stuck here, but hopefully, fingers crossed, Xbox fixes the service outage that it's having. So please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done that, and also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now, with that said, that's a wrap for this one. This is me signing off. Until we meet again in the next video, folks, take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.